Is there anything in the castle that we should be afraid of?
The energy.
Join the Scottish Paranormal team as they thoroughly investigate this exclusive, private location in Fife, Scotland. Said to be active with over 12 spiritual energies, both sentient and non-sentient. Live and pre-recorded sessions will feature from the following areas. Who is the hooded monk figure? Is he a religious figure from the castle's history, or visiting energy which is trying to communicate? Does he have a story to share? Is he negative? And will he communicate with us via physical activity or ITC audio work?
What's that?
Could you stop making that noise?
What is that? Okay. Can you make the noise louder? What is that, Ali? Can you see what it is?
Distinct female energies have been sensed and seen in this area. Are these former residents of the area, or perhaps more visitations connected to the castle's history? Will we gain communication with the energy which called out Leslie? What about the shuffling noises from deep within the dark, lower levels?
Is there anything in the castle that we should be afraid of?
The energy. Evil. Amen. No. Near people.
Did you go through that?
Yeah.
Castle.
Hell.
Castle. Yeah, both. Okay, so there's two females behind that.
Six.
Thomas, are you able to assist us in our investigation tonight?
Okay.
Thomas, can you take the wheel of this castle?
You can see. This is cool.
Who's touching the bottom of my bath?
Shoot.
That's the best response we'll get tonight. Okay, can you tell us your name, please? We know who you're speaking to.
The bell. Aye. That's weird. It's pretty.
Okay, so now live, we're in the chapel, we're in here because I don't know what you can see. We have got cameras and audio set up all over the castle tonight, and we are recording 4 areas, one being the chapel, the witch's house, the laird's hall, and the great hall. While we're in here, and while we're doing the investigation tonight, we will be recording onto a hard drive in each one of those areas for EVPs and any movement. We've already had a slight movement in this castle.
If I were setting you we're seeing quite a lot of light flashes coming about as well. But, you know, we're conscious of orbs and, you know, dust, etc. Obviously, we have to move about setting up. These are quite distinct. We've got them in here before, more like thread-like. That tend to pass through things. They're not called webs or anything like that.
Yeah.
They've got them passing through
Couple
flags, etc.
of ones look like feathers as well,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, it's quite unusual what we've been seeing.
Yeah. What we're going to do, guys, is obviously we're going to run the investigation. You're going to be looking in. We need you to tell us your feelings. Anything you see, just anything at all that can help us on this investigation. We will be checking the comments throughout the night. We do have somebody sitting watching who will put some of your comments on screen. Please share it out, because obviously we can't do it because we're going to be busy at the same time. If you share it out for us, that would be amazing. We're just going to do various experiments. We'll shut the door in a second and we'll get going. We've got the France box. We've got the app here as well. Also, calling out, old school. We want to hear any noises that are in here. We've got a really good audio setup going tonight, so we want to see if we can pick up any noises, bumps and bangs. So I'll shut this door, Greg,
Yeah.
and we'll just settle into the atmosphere.
We do have various flashing bulbs, things like that, dotted about as well. We've got the red one up here. So again, just watch out for anything flashing or activating.
Okay?
We'll just see if we can start.
So we're just going to get used to the dark, aren't we? Because we've just put lights out, so we're just going to get used to the dark first. And what we should have said as well, obviously we've got Lee and Louise here.
Yes.
Do you want to fill them in with Louise and Lee?
We should maybe have done that.
Yeah.
Where's the light?
For the spiritual side of stuff, do you want to start with asking
Yeah.
how being that feels first?
Yeah.
How
Just
are you
see if we can
feeling,
pick
Lee?
up anything.
At the moment, I feel okay. It's been interesting, just as you were talking about the flashes of lights and the things that we see, because just with being in the castle before we went live, certainly seen a few light anomalies with my own eyes, so I'm certainly aware that the spirit present here with us. And I am picking up in here at the moment a female energy, which is not interacting in any way, so I'll be interested to see if she
Wow.
can benefit with us later on.
And how are you feeling, Louise?
I actually feel a bit apprehensive actually,
Mhm.
but while we were through in the other room just before we were late to come in, I was aware that there was a lady with us and she was a wee bit agitated through there because there was so many of us and the table was cluttered and things like that. And I kind of think she's followed us through here as well.
Okay.
But when I went through there, it's a different feeling, and I did see movement at the side of my eye, but I couldn't pick up whether it was male or female.
That's really interesting through there, Greg, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
there's some sort of figure there who could be, I don't want to say negative, but probably
Yeah.
there's been here.
Yeah, I think troublesome.
Troublesome, yeah.
I don't think there's any overly negative here, but certainly what's through there isn't particularly nice, it's welcoming
Okay.
to us. I also don't think he's confined to here anymore.
You don't think he's moving around the castle?
The castle and further, I think we made at various points tonight.
Okay.
Just what Louise was saying though as well, we have before when we've been in here, remember we were all sat on the bench there, we all heard the women sing.
Yes.
It was like a woman cleaning,
Yeah.
you know, back in the old days, singing as she went
Yeah.
out cleaning, so possibly that's what you're picking up on.
Right?
You know, she's maybe followed us through and gone, we're making a mess in here as well. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
and she's just carrying out her duty trying to keep the place tidy for the laird and the lady of the castle.
Should we get a little bit comfortable and do some calling out first?
Yes, I think it'd be worth just going quiet.
Just going to get comfortable. Okay, we're going to start by asking if there's anyone in the area here with us. If you could make yourself known by making a noise or setting up some of the equipment in here, just to indicate where you are.
various devices round about the room. If you go too close to them, you could activate one of them. We've shown you before how to operate these equipment. So we do know you know how to use them.
So we use a thermal imager just to scan the room. There we go.
Or is anyone through here that would want to make themselves known through in the chapel area through?
If you don't want to go towards the equipment, perhaps you can just make a noise. Here with full respect to you.
Everybody feeling okay?
Feel okay to you?
Anybody sensing anything at all, or do you think it's still a bit quiet just now?
It's not like quiet. Through here, but through there, there's definitely a stronger energy, which is fairly normal.
I think if there's a lady there, it might be good if Louise wants to call out
Yeah.
and ask about the cleanliness or tidiness thing. Response.
I know you were with us in the other room, and we do apologise for making it a bit messy, but we will clear up when we're finished. And we're keeping this room nice and tidy. Would you like to give us an indication that you can hear us?
What, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was a thud from over that way, I don't know.
There is a chair over there. You'll be sitting on. Could you do that again, please, for us? Okay.
Thank you, we really appreciate that.
We've heard you sing before. Would you be able to sing for us again, please?
There's a chair next to you there, Greg. Is there something on that chair?
It's all of the Bible.
Right. Anything on top of it? Yeah, right there. I'm getting a heat source there.
So it's sweet that or something.
No, it's quite big.
No, not at all.
Right, okay. There's that noise again.
Okay, if you're in this area, that's my knees. Could you move something in this area for us, please?
No fluctuations.
So it must feel like it's getting dark, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
I don't think that this female is particularly old. Can't see her. It's just an impression I have of a younger female energy.
Okay.
And then asking for a name, I have either a Ginny or a Jennifer. Check the name.
Oh, Jennifer. Okay. Okay, Jenny or Jennifer, do you want to come forward? Maybe communicate with us?
If we provide you with some audio, would you be able to communicate with us? Again, you've used it before, so we know you know how to operate it.
It's getting cold.
Really cold.
I'll make it noise on.
Yeah.
the SP up first.
If there is energy through in the chapel area, we invite you through with honesty. Please come forward.
It's quite warm here, I think it's our intention here. I think we need footsteps.
Footsteps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's moving about the experiences we have.
Which, first thing out?
Yeah, straight up.
Edward.
Edward is one of the names we found for the entity that's in here.
Okay.
He goes against the multiple names.
Jenny, have you seen it?
What shape?
Could you give us a name, please?
Leaf.
Leave then. Do you want us to leave? Could you tell us your connection to this place, please? That's maybe not very nice.
Yeah.
If you're not swearing at you, so please don't swear at us. As the spirit that goes by multiple names, are you here? Can you come forward, please? Can you affect the lights through the chapel? It just gives an indication of where you are.
Remember, you've got balls that you can set off here if you can maybe indicate with them. I just got called up very naughty word there, you've probably heard
A
that.
couple of times.
I am certainly not.
Okay, I think we know who we've got with us, and the language coming through it. We have two people in the room you can communicate through directly if you wish. You want to pass them a message?
Yes. Yeah, it's not me, keeps him putting that out. Have pure in there as well.
Here as well. Correct. Possibly. Then this is my name. Jeannie, are you in the area?
Stop swearing.
Okay, the spirit that's swearing, could you identify yourself or step back, please?
I just got a flash. You check back on the cameras when it's get through the span.
Yeah.
Do you want me to more clarify again?
Yeah, we'll just go quiet.
Okay.
Are you picking up anything else, please? Of yourself, Lee?
It's the strangest thing, just as we were listening there, I have an impression of seeing legs and feet with like boots on. I can't see anything else other than the legs and the feet for some reason.
Ah, okay.
But this is not the same female.
It's not the same as before.
This is something different. It could be because I've only seen a partial part of them, but perhaps wanting to mask themselves or not be seen.
Right.
So I'm only seeing part of them. But it's certainly a male.
Certainly a male.
Yeah, there's certainly a male in here that likes to conceal their identity.
So can you step forward and maybe communicate with us? Maybe you can give an indication exactly where you are. You maybe knock on something in here. Good.
Yeah.
Maybe you can chat on some of the wood in here.
Jumped on the chair earlier, can you do it again for us, please?
Do you get that? Do you get that?
Yeah.
That was like a rocking, wasn't it?
That was like a chair being moved, you know, when it's just like.
When it goes like
Yeah,
this.
because the legs are, obviously the floor's not even.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe you could speak into the microphone. Leave your name for us.
That's a big sigh.
I'll take this and
You know, just as Ray said that and as Greg said that, I just swear my hand just got brushed.
Right, okay.
Just like where my pinky is, it was just like something just brushed off my
Right.
pinky.
And this is an area, Greg, isn't it, that we got a lot privately.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay, I think you're here with us. And I think you could do a little bit more for us just so that we can communicate. Are you able to move one of the bulbs or touch the blue light over there?
I just got the impression I've heard that Alice has just said they don't like these tables in the triangle shape.
Ah, okay. I'm feeling the triangle shape as well.
If you don't like them in a triangle shape, move one of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was taking the jump off, guys.
Got a bulb here and
Move
there's
one of the
three.
balls so it goes out of the shape.
Or if you could set one off, we could move it for you. If you're really that unhappy with it. Why don't you like the triangle shape?
I keep on hearing that we've been having conversations with someone.
Female voice.
Yeah. Quite a broad figure.
Okay.
I can't remember who I was just
he was kind of distant, but I don't think it was just after hours over that.
If there are any spirits through the chapel, we'll invite you forward through to speak to us, please. The device on the floor. Just come through the door, you could activate that. If you wish to use devices, you could perhaps make a noise for us. Just so we know where you are.
I don't know if I'm hearing stuff or if I'm imagining stuff, but or I'm hearing something psychically, but it was just like something screamed when you were saying that get out.
Okay. We've already had that as well, people in the audio.
It was get out. It was
Really hands-on.
It was almost like it was in his face.
Okay.
If you want us to leave this place, give us a sign.
I wouldn't believe that, actually, they turned that back on. Did they turn themselves off after I went correct?
No, not that way off.
I thought it was bad, there's 68% in it.
We know you can do more than just activate a ball on the floor. We know your strength. We respect your strength. If you really want us to leave this area, we will respect your wishes. You just need to give us a clear sign that that's what you want us to do.
That's what I was just checking for.
I do feel someone's here now.
You've got me on your toes, the freezing cold.
Cold,
Yeah, and your toe.
You've already tried to affect my breathing tonight.
Many females we've got Tracy and we've got Louise.
Yeah. I've not seen anything standing out, but the very end of your foot was really cold, and a blue pale around it. Yeah, because your hand is there, there's something over there, some sort of ornament, that looked a little bit blue as well. See the outline of it?
I know that there's in that corner, can you tap something so that we know that you're in the
Yeah,
corner?
it's like something over there, Greg.
I would see that. It was like something distorting the doorway. Hopefully that showed up in the camera.
Is it because you don't like women? Is that why you've gone to Louise?
You scared of women?
Just, flash of light overhead.
Over there.
Yeah, I actually seen, just when you said that, I actually thought I saw it moving. Just
Okay.
like going towards, like coming from Louise towards the chapel door.
Tensions on either.
I just seen something there. It's maybe move across it, to we've seen it up here.
Okay.
Something just touched my hand.
We're getting cooling now.
That's what you felt earlier, Ali.
Yeah, it was just like
Touched your hand.
it was like somebody just come up and just kind of went like that.
So it's rush.
It was almost just like a rock, you know what I mean?
Yes.
If you are here, give us a clearer sign, please.
Yeah, you can see if you need. I don't know if it's close to the door. Yeah.
You okay, Kyle?
Yeah, there is a slight blue bit around here. You like that side here, Tracy?
Some face there, so.
Sure it is a door.
And the door obviously is cold, but yeah, you've got a slight bit at the side of you. There's no shade to it, but there is certainly
Feels colder than
a radiation of sorts, yeah.
Okay, if you are in the atmosphere, come away from the ladies, please. We're not asking you to perform for us, we just want to know that you are here.
Yeah. It's like kind of tapping, tap, tap, tap on the floor. Again, the microphones will pick this up.
Yeah. Could you do that again for us, please? Show you in the area.
What's in the back?
Okay, there's something real noise there as well. Very subtle.
Okay, we get lots of noises round about. Are you pacing round about us?
Heartbeat is going on. I'm starting to get a little bit agitated. I feel like something's building.
See if it's something building. Okay. Are you trying to put pressures on people?
It's breezy. That's fine. So
It's very subtle, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing about paranormal can be very, very subtle.
Can you make the tops of the bells a bit louder, please?
You're really impressed if you could activate some of the equipment on the floor. You've still not been near that yet.
I'd love to see one of these bulbs flash.
Again, we're not asking you to perform for us,
Is that you?
just so we know where you are.
That was like some, yeah. Did anybody else hear that?
No, I missed it.
It was very, very subtle. I thought it was Kyle moving, but
Did you hear it, Kyle?
Yeah, I think it was a spot.
It was a spot. Just give it a light indication.
I didn't see any like indication, but I heard something.
Right, okay.
That indication.
So there might be something happening in the chapel. Can you do that again?
Maybe come back towards the end of the night if time allows.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could maybe charge the room as well with the Jacob's
Yeah, absolutely.
Because men are starting to go into Sunday morning.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that as well, Greg.
Yeah.
Okay, which one do you now? Do you want to close this session and move to our
Yeah,
next
we'll
one?
close this session, we'll move
Okay.
to a different area.
Okay. Okay, we're going to close this session then, move into the next session and leave the cameras recorded in here.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're monitoring everywhere tonight. Okay, we're moving to the next session.
The castle's previous lairds seem to walk this room, communicating, moving around and letting themselves be known. We have already had Sir John Sibbald call his name out, possibly open the old turnpike stair door and even play with our locked off camcorder. One of the most astonishing ITC audio sessions ever was carried out here, with Spirit telling us that they bless us. We've spoken to Chris Fleming of Help My House is Haunted, and he has confirmed independently that a laird and mason does walk these rooms.
Sibbald. I heard that.
I heard that.
Okay, so Sibbald, that is high relevance
Okay.
for the
Yes.
castle here.
Yes.
Very strong family. So who's the Sibbald we have with us? John? Is there a John Sibbald, Kelly?
Yes, there is.
Okay. We're here in full respect. We're here in full respect.
Are you affecting this Frank's box? Are you stopping it working properly?
Box is really slow, by the way. It's fish by ice cream.
After the door handle was opened on the old staircase at the back corner of the room, which included footsteps heard, our REM pod began to indicate crazily for a good 15 minutes. The first time we have witnessed such behaviour, we're recording the environment with this device.
I'll set the K2 up right to the top.
You're doing really well. This is lots of fun. I've been filming for 8 minutes.
I'm going to take another photograph.
In the back corner of the room is an old door to the original stairs of the tower. What just happened while conducting an audio session was the door latch turned with no one near it. We had heard movement on the stairs which were rather subtle but clearly evident.
Is that door gone?
Yeah.
Is it you?
No.
No.
That's allowed as a mover.
Well, that door's open.
That door's shut.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but it just the latch went.
I heard the latch going.
Yeah, that's it.
That wasn't you.
No.
Does definitely reach out.
I can't reach it.
That door just went. Is it not here? They were not hear that.
Yeah.
The door handle just went.
The door
That's
just
what
went
was
over
here
here.
until I realised that
I can't
the
reach it.
handle
The
was
door's
on
handle.
there.
And you put your foot at the same time.
Yeah.
Remember there's stairs through there?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the old staircase, the old big staircase.
Ah, right.
Go up and down there.
Well, I'm sure it's
Hey guys, we're ready to go. Okay, thanks. Okay, might need a little light on. There we go. There we go. Okay, guys. If Ali and Greg can come forward here, then out to this camera, we could just update the guys on the live stream before we start our own session.
Yeah. But it'll fall over into that.
This is a crazy area, isn't it, Greg and Ali?
Yeah,
I've got the
absolutely,
best
yeah.
evidence ever
I
here.
would say that we've had the best evidence and the best relevance in this area.
By the way, it's the witch's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just what we kind of
Yeah.
we've given it.
Yeah.
There's a story about two ladies that did live in here until I think the 1960s.
50s, 60s,
60s, yeah.
they died. They actually died, and one of them died in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Wow,
The west.
honestly.
Close to where the well is.
Typical story. They were two spinsters, so
Right, okay.
they were called the witches locally because
Yeah.
two women living together, never married type thing. So.
Yeah. Interestingly, though, I don't think we've ever had a lot of activity from them. I would say as
No.
such.
Yeah, it was more the name Leslie, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had Alexander Leslie, who
Yeah.
was the laird of Balgonie in the 1700s. A real big military man, a very, very high up military man, very, very important. We had the Frank's box going that night.
Yeah.
And we had the name Anne Leslie. It was clear as day. You'll have seen it in some of the videos that we've got up. And we asked, where are you? And he said, the bell. And there's a bell just outside the door here.
Yeah.
So the relevance was just incredible.
That's incredible, isn't it?
We'd actually picked up on a man standing there as well. And he was just introducing himself as Leslie. So
Wow.
This is also the area when we hear with Rick.
Yeah.
We were warned that Rick asked the question if there's anything that we need to be wary of.
That was the same
And we've
session.
got the energy,
The energy.
coming through now, whether that refers to what's in the chapel.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's a human spirit necessarily.
Yeah.
Or whether it's just the energy within the castle or something we need to.
And it actually said castle as well, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yes.
Actually got
It did say
castle,
castle, yeah. So I think this is probably one of my favourite parts
Yeah.
of the castle.
There is also a spirit of a small boy seen around about this area as well. And a particular name that we'll not say, but we'll be watching.
Yeah.
out
So
for
if
tonight.
anybody's getting the names of what you're picking up, put it in the comments, and we'll check up on that in a little
Yeah.
while. So we're going to go back into the session now. And we're going to do our investigation. So use our eyes, guys. So
If you hear anything at all, let us know. I'm really interested to speak to Lee and Louise when we come through here.
We'll just put this on so you can see.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start with Lee. How are you feeling in here, Lee?
I'm not keen for it in here, to be honest. I know it's enclosed and it's dark and there's lots of things in here, but spiritually it feels quite oppressive.
Okay.
Almost as if I'm being unwelcomed to be in here. So it's like I don't really want you in this space because I don't know who you are. So it's that impression that I have in here. I have a lady who I'm connected with at the moment who gives me the name Mary.
Mary.
Who comes through. So I don't know who she is. I don't have any inclination of what she looks like other than just the name that's connected to her as it comes through. But there is also a gentleman as well, but he's not making himself known at all. He's just standing in the background. So I'm seeing, the best way I can describe this and what I'm seeing in my mind at the moment, it's like I've got faces, and the faces, the best way that I can remember, do you ever remember a TV program called The Terrorhawks? I'm going way back here.
Yes,
It's
I
like
remember.
Kevin Keller, that one.
Yeah.
Young for that.
And I don't know if you remember it, but they had, well, essentially they had these heads, and the heads would smile, and then when they were unhappy, the heads would rotate, and then they weren't on, and it's like you had a different persona.
Right, okay.
So I'm seeing that, which is really unusual for me because it's not a symbol or a sign that I've ever used before. But it makes me very much feel as if the energy that's in here, whether it's from one spirit or from multiple spirits, it changes constantly. So at 1 minute I'm happy, the next minute I'm sad, and it's like I've got these multitude of different emotions that are coming through.
Yeah.
Which is really strange. And I think there's two reasons for that. First of all, there's a little bit of a layering going on in different energies and different time periods. So certainly I get that impression. But I also feel as if there's somebody here in this atmosphere who has had some sort of mental health challenge, or has perhaps had like a personality whereby they've got like a multiple personality. There's just something going on with them, which is making me feel as if that's why I'm having this multitude of emotions and impressions coming through.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And definitely for this area, the emotional side, about what we know about the history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The emotional side would certainly.
Just to let everybody know, it is pitch black in here. If you're watching on a camera, it might look all nice and light. It's not. I can't see a thing. So I'm going to try and navigate over to a seat here.
What about you,
Yeah,
Louise?
please.
What's your thoughts? Obviously, Lee's sort of said what he's picking up.
I picked up on the name Mary as well.
That's really interesting.
And I got a cart. Says that there's a
Cart. Okay.
A cart. But the cart was, you know how like kind of like the arch of the bark and things like that. It was sort of walking about, but I did sense that there was something at the back here. And I think when Lee was saying about the head smiling and then the turning, it was like they had to, when they were here they were okay, and when they went out they had to like put a different face on by the way that people were towards them in the outside world.
It's almost like they were disguising their real feelings.
Yes.
What was that?
Wasn't he?
It was like, is that what you heard?
Yeah.
Could you do that again for us, please?
I feel it's a hard atmosphere to describe in here. I actually feel like it's the room's spinning. Like there's so much going on, and it's like I don't know if you would call it a vortex, but it's just like it's that's the only way I can describe it. It's like you're in a hurricane or something, and everything's just spinning from the sides.
got movement in here the last time,
Yeah,
didn't we?
that's what I'm thinking. Maybe just do a quick quiet session.
Yes, I'm up for that. If somebody wants to do something.
Okay, if there are any spirits in the area, please come forward. Invite you forward with honesty. You can make a noise, just so we know where you are, so we know where to address our communication, please.
And you try and not make a
Not
noise.
like that one, but like,
Yeah,
I
that
don't,
one is
but nobody's
well,
touching it.
I'm well back.
I'm back from it as well.
Okay, are you able to activate one of these devices again, please?
Let me see.
Smooth.
That was me. I bumped that. I done that.
Okay, you see how they work now? If there's a child here, perhaps you'd like to go towards the flashing light. Go and play.
Had a wee rumble noise there.
Sounds like chairs me.
Okay.
We welcome you to come and join us in this seance. No, it's not really a seance.
What's that?
It could have just been
Was
one
that
monster.
maybe what
I think
I
it's
said?
just the plastic.
I don't know what it was, but it felt
I think
like a bottle,
I
plastic
think,
bottle.
yeah, I think it's just expanding that.
But if it was you can do it again, then we would know.
That was me. That was me as well.
I mean, a rumbly noise.
It's like, we've already maybe heard your voice tonight. Could you let us hear you again, please?
I think it's music or something.
I think it's maybe
It's an outside sound. I think I was hearing it as well. I don't know if it's. I think it's coming from outside. It's like music.
Can you hear it again? Yeah.
Okay, if we give you one of these devices, you've used them before.
The room with the camera is getting brighter.
The tablet is on. I'm not sure if that's shining in, but it shouldn't get brighter. Great enough.
Perhaps you could communicate through one of these devices, please, if we switch it on for you.
Do you want to go with it?
Yeah, just
So they are
a quick run for the app. Just you have used this device before?
No.
No.
There is a
There's
little hole.
through.
There's a little hole.
Happy to help you, that sounded like.
Okay, could we start off with the name, please? Could you tell us your name?
Rich.
Yeah.
You tell us who's here, please.
Nice one.
Wizard. Are you saying you are a wizard, or are you calling us wizards? Yeah, you put that.
Could you say one of our names to introduce yourself? Could you let us know you can see us and perhaps say one of our names through the device?
Like I said earlier.
Yeah, I did.
Don't let it go straight to the floor.
Could you tell us how many people are in the room for validation, please?
Maybe Mary and
Next door. Genie.
These are names so relevant to the castle.
think so. I always said that I felt something was coming here.
I can see.
Can you tell us what you can see?
That's it.
Could you give us a name of somebody you can see? You all, maybe.
I see. Are you happy with us being here, communicating with you?
Jeannie again. Okay, if there's a lady called Jeannie here,
It's got noticeably colder in here.
Yeah.
She's freezing.
if there is a lady called Jeannie here, could you come forward, please? Okay, is that somebody stopping Jeannie coming forward? If so, please step back. Oh, something off. Thank you.
That's getting so, I don't know if it's just the chairs.
I feel it, as you said, that I feel as if there's something at the back of us, but I feel as if there was a door to the back of us.
Remember we had that last time as well? It was like, it was like that was, I don't know, there was honestly,
That's right, yeah.
there was some sort of access, I don't know. Get out.
Yeah.
So you start coming with that door through there.
So we're getting told to get out.
Okay, I'll do a deal with you. I'll leave this room if you tell me what your name is. Here in a minute.
There's no name.
Let's try the Frank's box in here, since this is where we got this is where we got the really good results with the Frank's box before.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wings.
Yeah, that's relevant. Yeah. So there is. Asked one of the first questions we asked him anyway. It's will be a delayed answer coming through. Okay, we're trying to try
this. We've not used it for a while.
we're going to try the Frank's box because we had good results with the Frank's box before in this room, so
That's very quiet, huh? From here just for a second, Greg.
Just while you're doing that, I've just had this really strange impression. Just came into the atmosphere and he's carrying his head under his arm.
Right.
It's like the strangest thing.
keep that in mind because we may have something about that later on.
Right.
But if you can get a name from him, that would be really good.
It's definitely a change in the atmosphere. I actually almost feel like it's, I don't know if it's just because we're in this room, there's only one way in and one way out,
Yeah.
but it's almost like they're watching, like,
Getting nothing.
Okay.
Could
Could you communicate through this radio? You've done it before. I'm sure you can do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, if there is any spirit in the area, you've used this device before to communicate with us.
Is there anything that we should be afraid of in the castle? Keep trying. Build your energy. If you're able to tell us your name, we're very grateful.
Yeah, could be.
If that was your name, Albert, you could just say yes. Or activate one of the devices on the floor. You don't use your energy. Just go close to it.
Edward, that's a different device.
Yeah.
There's twice on the app, Edward.
Well, Edward's an Edward. Is there a child spirit in the atmosphere? The rest, could you give us your name, please?
Right.
Okay, maybe another minute or so.
Can you speak through the static?
That's what I said, what the static.
Use the static energy. Communicate. Yeah. You know you can do it.
Give us your name, please.
Nice and clear. Okay.
Keep trying. We know it's hard for you, but we know you can do it.
Okay, we'll give you one more minute.
Okay. Sure, that's what I said.
Unless any final messages you'd like to pass on. I think bagpipes start coming through again.
The whole thing's slowed down to analyse. There's the analysis happening and stuff there. But it's moving really good fast.
It's not over here. Give it a second.
minutes quiet, Thank you.
Thank you, Spirit.
That was me.
Okay, we will slow down that. It's difficult to hear through the Frank's box, so we will slow it down to analyse it to see. I think there is some answers there, but we'll see what we've got. We'll just go quiet for the final couple of minutes in this area.
How's everybody feeling? There's a thing. Is everybody feeling okay? How do you feel compared to the chapel and to here? I know you're freezing cold.
I'm finding it hard to hear.
So
I find it quite a close in, yeah.
Close.
So you're.
Yeah.
I mean, I suffer claustrophobia.
Right.
I'm kind of feeling on edge, but I'm in a big room.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm in a really tight, confined space. It's
you think maybe people have been held in here at some point?
possibly bound and held in here.
You think something bad's happened here?
Last time, 100%.
Did we not get something about hanging the
Yeah,
last time?
we did,
You remember
yeah.
that?
Someone's been hung in here.
Yeah.
Again, I know there's a chain on the roof and that, and it kind of makes you know. But I'm convinced someone's.
Yeah, I think it even come through our audio session or something about that when you asked.
I'm convinced someone's either been hung or hung themselves.
Yeah. How are you
Bodies
still feeling over there?
bodies are being kept in here.
Yeah.
Bodies.
have been kept in here.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So I think it's been used. We're sure we got told it's been used at some point as a butcher or a butchery.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that there would be the ideal place to hang other bodies
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
to dispose of them.
And this is right next door to where Green Genie's seen.
But yeah.
I've been getting a name for the last 5 minutes, but I've not been saying it because that was on.
Okay.
Getting the name James.
James, okay.
But I don't think he's related to the castle. I think he's a visitor.
Is James coming with anybody tonight, or do you think he just visits the castle in
I think
general?
he visits castle because I think he was potentially a Highlander
Okay.
that fought in a battle, and he stopped here with his regiment. He stopped here
to fly.
So
I just seen it. I just
lying in my hand earlier on. I thought it was something exciting, but
when I was looking through there, I could see some sort of garment kind of flowing.
Yeah.
And there was a figure, so I kind of thought it could have been a kilt potentially.
Right, okay, that's
So-
interesting. Could it be connected to Rob Roy McGregor?
It could. I certainly think what Greg says. I think this has been an area. This has been a staff or a visitor area. I think it's people have come to the castle. This is where they'll have been. This has been their quarters.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Can you make a nice...
Just from what Lee was saying earlier, links off, and Rob Roy McGregor came into my head because that's the only time that I know the castle's been attacked.
Mm.
But I don't know whether people did come. This is kind of the furthest corner, if you like, from the door
to
the castle.
Yeah.
The main entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to come through several rooms to get into here.
Yeah.
So it's almost as though maybe people have come back here to kind of try to hide from.
Yeah.
But the story says that there's nobody here when they attacked. So, but what's written and what actually happened, could be two different things completely.
I'm still getting that people did come in here and all huddle around
Yeah,
together.
Right.
For various reasons, and maybe fear was one of them.
Yeah. Okay, before we leave this area, do you want to maybe give us a banging noise or a noise to indicate you're here, or possibly set off some of the equipment?
Is that a car?
No, I think it's a car.
I think there's a car on the mutual carriageway. That was something, though.
That was a clap through there, yeah.
And hopefully that's been picked up in the audio.
Okay, thank you, Spirit. We're now going to move to the next area. If there's any energy in this area who'd like to follow us and continue to communicate within the castle area, please do so. If you have more of a story to tell us. Doesn't want to stay on, doesn't it?
Doesn't, no. Wants to keep us dark.
Yeah.
Tracy, did you speak then?
No.
I heard a woman's voice going, stay.
Oh, no, I wasn't
I,
sure.
you know what? We were saying that I actually just had the impression that I didn't want to leave here or whatever. If we stay here long enough, something will happen.
But we just give it another couple of minutes.
Yeah, get
and
another couple
see-
of minutes
just see
then.
what happens.
Yeah.
If I've just heard you and you told us to stay, can you say it again, please, or make a noise?
I'll think a minute, go above that red line there, I think it flashed.
Okay. That's the one in there.
That's good.
Yeah.
There
That
was
is.
a whistle
We've
before
got a very.
they started speaking there.
Yeah, we've got a very, very low electromagnetic energy in the area. It's back down to about 0.1 now.
Or were you telling us to stay because you're scared? You still think the castle's under attack? Something moved through there, just in front of the doorway.
Okay.
That's probably enough where I'm seeing the gardener and figure.
Do you feel safe when we're here, as in safety in numbers?
Or are you fearful we'll get hurt if we go outside? We'll give you a short while longer, but we do need to move to another area of the castle.
I actually feel a bit emotional in here. A bit of sadness.
Your temperature has dropped, that's right.
Yeah.
I know it takes a lot of energy to manifest or to do something. Try your hardest for us, please. We're not here to do any harm, we're here with peace and respect.
Is that a bird outside? Is that a...
Sure.
I feel there's a female energy, but she's a wee bit leery.
You can step forward and speak to us if you like. I feel like something's stuck on my hand there.
We're here with full
There's a fly
respect.
about it though, so.
Yeah. Mean you no harm.
Getting the heebie-jeebies. I don't know why, I'm just getting it. I don't know, you know, when you just kind of,
Yeah.
you sort of, you come in close and you kind of go,
Actually, really interesting was we've left.
To see what happens.
To see if
Watch
anybody
it,
Because it continues to record it for us, so we've got to look back and see if we've left, if it's, you know, fed off the energy we've left.
Yeah. Okay, I think we'll need to move to the next area now.
thank you, Spirit.
Thank you.
Spirit.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move, for people who are watching in, to the next area, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, another quick video to play.
Yeah.
Imagining opening your eyes after a little nap in the comfortable quietness of this stunning room, only to see an apparition of a grey bearded man stare back. How about the maid who stands in the corner watching people come and go, even interacting at times? Physical activity is rife in this area. The sound of dragging, furniture moving, doors opening and closing, and telltale environmental fluctuations that many able researchers record on their travels. This room has it all, and we'll be spending significant time in this room.
Something getting moved. And I thought I just heard a voice as well.
Yeah, voice as well. There's a scraping noise.
It's like a.
walking past the windows, travelling from left to right, as if from one part of the castle to another. We have the well-known sighting of Green Jeannie. Some say this is Jean Lindsay, a former laird's wife, while others suggest it's a nickname for Mary Sybil's ghost, who was said to have suffered due to a claim by Jean. Whoever she is connected to, she's been sighted not only by the family, but also many locals, spanning decades. She is not confined to the ruinous part of the castle. Drivers have seen her on the main road. Walkers have seen her in the surrounding fields too. What is she looking for? We plan to find out as we dig into the archives, the stories, and then spend time in the hotspots associated with her. During each investigation, where possible, we will open up the sessions for an hour or so for our online friends so you can join in that part of the investigation. We will get your thoughts, feelings, suggestions and eyes and ears to help us communicate with the energies of this fantastic historical castle. Do you want to help in the search of Balgonie Castle spirits? Follow Haunted Scotland, like the page, share the video and tell all those with an interest in all things paranormal to get ready for the remaining part of this crazy year as we go in search of afterlife evidence at Balgonie Castle.
So we're in the Great Hall, guys. We're just getting set up. Just now, Greg, we've had a ton of stuff in here, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, this area, there's a corner over here. This particular corner,
Yeah.
we get a lot of activity. We've also several times, Ryan and myself were sitting on this side with a chair in between us, which slid out. I thought it was him, he thought it was me, but we checked, both of us had our feet underneath the rope chair. It's happened on this side as well with Tracy. Recently there's been furniture moving about in this hall through the night, and the door over here, which is to the original staircase, that's been opening, so we're just keeping an eye just to see what happens. That's just kind of moving.
We'll wait till Kyle gets comfortable.
We've also got as well, that night when the chair moved,
Yeah.
I caught that footage of that thing going through the flag.
Yes.
That's right,
It actually
yes.
went through, there's three, is there how many flags? 1, 2, 3, I can't even see.
There's four
Just where Lee's standing, I caught an anomaly, can't even say it's a big word for me. Actually going physically through the flag, coming out the other side.
Yeah.
So I'll have to try and find that actually.
We'll find it and put it up on the page in the group.
It was like a ribbon type,
Yeah.
a worm type, ribbon worm.
Yeah.
Through there.
You could easily say it could have just been an insect. This went through the flag.
Yeah.
It didn't fly, it didn't act like
No,
it fly.
it went through it, so
Yeah.
it's pretty impressive.
We've also quite often here just as though some people are having a background conversation around about us in this room. Just that whispery voice, so there's maybe an imprint of a past event being replayed.
Yeah.
In here, we do think that possibly there's been high-powered meetings for held here. We know from the family who owned it,
Yeah.
King's Treasurer, that there were certainly high-powered meetings held here, and we don't know whether it's maybe just a replay of these that we pick up on. You can never hear the words, it's just kind of that whispery, as though somebody's talking just in the distance, and you can't quite hear them. But are you picking up anything, Louise?
I've picked up there's two gentlemen, but they're not in a way that they hear, they're just doing their own. It's like one's writing and the other one's watching. One's standing and the other one's sort of sitting down writing, and the one that's standing is looking at what they're writing.
So that could tie in with what we were just saying about the residual, just maybe something was getting written in order or something like that.
Standing across there.
Yeah. What about yourself, Lee?
When we came into the atmosphere earlier on, I had goosebumps and I felt as if I'd walked almost through a barrier of energy. I'm actually standing up now because I don't feel as if I can sit still.
Yeah.
When I was trying to sit down, I felt agitated, but in a positive way. I actually really feel quite jovial and quite happy. I'm certainly aware of a gentleman who steps forward to me from spirit.
He's an older gentleman, he shows me himself. He's got white hair and a white beard. As he connects and comes through, he's quite a well-to-do gentleman. In his spoken language, he speaks quite nicely. I can't hear the words, but I can hear the mannerism and his intentions. So there's definitely an older man. I would say he's probably been in a position of power, of authority in connection to the building, possibly even like an owner or a lead or something like this, as he steps forward. But certainly it's like very welcoming in the way that he comes forward. But as Louise was saying, without a doubt there is different residual energies in here as well, because I'm almost seeing a connection to somebody who's been injured in a battle as well. So this is like a soldier of some description, injured, particularly stabbed on the right hand side in my abdomen. So I'm not connecting him with him in the way that I'm the older gentleman, but certainly there's that residual energy here as well. So I think there's all sorts of different things going on in there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Which again could tie in what we're saying about this. All sounds like there's conversations going on, it's a busy place, there's people talking around about you.
Ali and Greg, I've noticed that there's like items on the wall, historical items. Could there be attachments to these items as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, the layers, the actual current layout of the castle has got some incredible memorabilia. Some of it very, very old, some of it replica, but some of it is genuine. And yeah, I would 100% say that there's attachments to items. They might not always be here, but they might come in visitation.
Yeah.
Just to clarify as well, because I know it's not all visible, but the layer's a weapons collector. So there's numerous swords, axes, spikes, etc. As Ali says, some are replica, but some are genuine.
Yeah.
So these items could potentially have been used to take lives. I always have this theory that particularly something metal is being used to take a life. Some of that life energy could transfer into that metal and stay with it.
Put some photographs up, won't we? Like show people
the
collection and things.
Which is interesting as well, because I'm speaking about this gentleman who's been stabbed.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's not he's interacting, it's a residual thing. So perhaps that's coming off from one of the weapons.
Yeah. I mean, to give you an idea of this room, if you've not been here, the back wall, which is where the camera is, think Game of Thrones, that's what it's like when the weapons up in the arches and everything. Absolutely beautiful display of quite gruesome implements. In reality, when you think what they were designed for,
I know.
But it's incredible history.
Just when you're talking about these, the metal, they're just telling me number 4. So I'm starting, as I'm looking at it, I'm starting at the right and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the one that they're saying that is residual energy.
Number 4.
The 4th one.
Okay, pictures.
Yeah, we'll take pictures and we'll put them up on the page.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to do a quick quiet session again?
Yeah.
Start off. There's quite a lot of movement in this room normally, so we'll just
see if we can get some physical activity.
Get comfy and then you see if something happens.
Yeah, are you in there? I've come over here, I don't know, I just couldn't get comfortable there. I can still see something sitting over there. And there's a black figure just sitting at the window. I thought it was you, so no, I just couldn't get comfortable over there, I just couldn't get comfortable.
So you think you see a black outline of someone over the other window?
Over the window, I thought it was Ali.
Okay, that's interesting, people know it, that's
Just said I couldn't get comfortable with that, so I felt the same, I kept moving them out, and I just couldn't sit over there. No, it wasn't bad, I just couldn't get comfortable. And I actually felt like I wanted to just lie down on the floor. I'm not, it's too cold.
Okay, so if we have any energies in this room with us, we know in the past you've been able to do physical activity by moving things. If you could do it again for us, we'd appreciate that.
Hi.
Do you know where it's coming from?
I thought it was maybe coming from out there, I did hear something.
It's crystal, so I'm not sure.
Could you do that again? That was like a mutter after I finished.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hopefully the microphones are picking that up as well.
Okay, if there's a lady in the atmosphere, could you come forward, please? Let's know your name. Simply make a sound in the room so we know where you are, please. Just so we know where to address our questions.
Will you follow us around to make sure that we keep things tidy?
Do you think, right, just quick, I know but when we were talking, we're in a room that echoes. Do you think spirit can use the vibration of that?
Yeah.
Yes,
To make,
absolutely.
do you think it helps them? I was just what I was thinking there.
You see, sometimes when we do ITC and do the audio
Yeah.
work, sometimes when you're talking in the audio work, I find the captures in there.
Yeah.
And I think it's something to do with the sound vibration that
Yeah.
we may be using. Remember, Spirit don't have a voice box, so
Yeah,
they've got to try and I think they're using vibration frequencies.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's something is where you get an almost immediate response. You're still using the vibrations, but they're still
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Or you get that popping, clicking noise with the EEPs as well.
Yeah, that's weird.
What's that?
Something about anything.
This is your chance to communicate with us in a physical way. So if you want to move a chair or maybe knock on something or call your name out.
Or if you're connected to one of the weapons in the wall, perhaps you can identify it by rattling it slightly. There's a shadow just moved right across the back of the wall there.
The back wall.
Yeah, hopefully the camera's caught that.
Okay.
It would probably potentially walk right across it.
From me towards.
From you towards the other window.
So if anybody on the camera or on our monitoring system can see anything walking past, if you can tell us, please, we'll take a note of it.
Okay, if that was you, could you make a sound just to confirm which corner you've moved to? We're here with full respect to you.
Yeah.
Again, I heard that, yeah. Can you come closer into us?
Are you able to make that sound just a little bit louder for us, please?
Perhaps you could go to Louise. Can't see.
In the past, you've made dragging sounds and things in here. Can you do a dragging sound again? Did you get the tap sound?
Yeah, but this one.
No, that was over there, wasn't
That
it?
was close to the microphone, which I think is just left to the camera.
Excellent. Hopefully that's been picked up.
That corner's starting to get dark.
Yeah, I can't see into that corner at all.
I can't. The figure's still there. So just I didn't like it. I just couldn't stay still. Didn't want whatever's there. Didn't want anything.
It was making me feel uneasy.
Yeah, it wasn't threatening, but it was
No.
just like you're not
Just
saying anything.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Can you tap the window?
I heard something there. I heard a moan there as well.
Something. There's nobody sitting in that corner.
No, but I can still see a bigger.
I'm seeing something as what's moving about.
Ali's there. Right, am I right? Tracy, you're there. Louise, you're there. Lee, you're there. Kel, you're over there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Greg's there. I'm here, and there's nobody around that area.
I've just shone the torch over and there is a candle, even if it's not lit. But the way it was moving, it's as though the candle was lit.
Right,
That
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But not like burning very brightly, just very, very light. You know, just kind of shimmery.
Can you knock on the table? Yeah, I think we're being watched. It is a feeling like we're being watched. Yeah. I think you can knock on the table.
Would you repeat this?
There's a tap up here.
There was a very subtle tap, I think.
I haven't moved, but it's
Again, our audio should pick that up. But we want to hear it live, so if you can do it louder for us.
If we gave you a device to communicate through, would you be able to speak to us through it? Again, it's a device we've used many times in this room before, and throughout the castle.
Sorry, that was me moving it.
So spirits of the area do know how to use these devices. We invite you forward to pass on any message you have for us, please. Sit down straight away.
What's happening?
I thought it said what happened to me.
Switch the on. Did you hear that?
Who do we have with us?
They're batching them through really excessively.
Nice.
What's your name, please?
It's not pretty much.
Please don't swear at us. Don't swear to you.
Right, you could give us some relevant information.
Seven, yeah.
Is it 7 of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's 7 of us, how many of you are there in the room? Aye.
Right, that's it, right.
Right.
Five, collectively.
Okay, so there's 5 of you. Could you call out your names?
What's this, Mary?
Conversation over there, there's these spirits.
Could maybe one of us just talk at a time?
Greg, your name's come through that.
We don't want to interrupt your conversation, but perhaps you could just let us know what's happening.
Have you heard?
And with full respect, we will not disclose any secrets.
Where's mine?
Here's Annie's.
Please, we're top 4 people.
Could one of you please just give us your name?
Okay. Emergency dog as well.
Okay, Alfred, what's your connection to this castle?
That's obviously.
See somebody standing.
You know who?
Just a silhouette.
No, we're not. I say that.
Just came over here.
Can you tell us your name?
Oh, no. But,
Well,
Is that your full name?
If you are standing close to the door, perhaps you could move in.
listen.
me too.
Okay, could you stop being so abusive, please? Like women. What do you think of women? What do you do to women?
Some crazy stuff going through this.
That's a lot darker than we thought it had before the day.
Yeah.
I do women.
That's good.
Or women before. That was like, please. You respect women? Useful.
It just feels like there's a couple of them having a conversation and they're overhearing the conversation.
Yeah, so they're not aware of us.
Makes sense.
If you touched Ken's arm, could you give us your name, please?
Yeah. What's that? Over there. Degree. That's a degree holder next year.
Do you not like females?
Definitely like over the corner. So you're not happy that there's women in here with you?
Do you want me to put a sign
evidence.
Yeah.
I don't know the picture on the video, but I think the flag, second flag in was moving, the one that's red and white, might not be red and white. It's on Tracy's side.
The one at Balgonie.
Yeah.
We might get it, I'm not sure.
Okay, we've got two women in the room. If you're not happy about having women here,
Something hear a noise when Grace started speaking there.
It's on Summit.
out in the hall.
It was like,
It's like a moan or a howl or something.
I mean, obviously, there's dogs in the castle, but I think they're with Stuart, am I right? But we've checked that.
I can't believe we're crumbling up. Somebody could have crumbled to us before.
It happened just as you started speaking.
Yeah. If you don't like women being in the room, you make a clear sound or move something so we know that. We will respect you and move out of this area.
Huh, I heard that.
Yeah.
Like,
That's it again.
Heard movement earlier.
It's in that corner still.
we would love it if you could do it louder.
We do just want to validate it, so perhaps if we just slid a chair, rocked a chair, the thunder.
Another thought?
Moving a chair would give us a definite sign of your intention, that you want us to move and leave. We know you can do it.
Okay, I heard somebody walk out of the footstep.
Now, I don't know if something just, if it could have just been something flew past the window over
I
there.
saw that, Ali.
Did you see it as well?
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if it was a light outside
Yeah.
or whether something walked in front of it.
Yeah.
Well, there was a footstep at the same time then, because I heard that.
It was just like the window, someone went over the window.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
You've seen it as well. Just as we heard the footsteps.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Louise?
I feel quite relieved.
That's exactly how I feel. I was quite energetic and lively when I came in, and now I feel
Yeah.
depleted and tired, as if someone is draining my energy.
Yeah, draining the energy down.
It's possible that if they're trying to do something, they're using our energy to do that.
You hear another thought? Okay.
That was definitely in that corner as well. I think we need to start just respecting the wishes, and
Yeah.
they said if they gave us a sign we would move, so.
Do you want to move to the left
Or
side?
saying that they need to move on to a different area. If we move on, we can keep the camera running in here, perhaps when we move.
Leave the
And
stores
that way
as well.
anybody watching would be able to see if something happens once we do leave. Or we go upstairs to set up. Okay, we'll move on upstairs, up the layer, so we'll leave this camera running just now, we'll not put any videos or anything just now. Just so that you can see if anything happens in here. So we're moving up.
Okay, we're moving up to the left hall now. You can leave this camera running until we get upstairs.
Keep it on sideways.
That's radio. One thing, just for people who are watching, and a good point, when you're using a REM pod, if you use a radio near it, it will set it off. Just be mindful of that.
I'm gonna leave the pod in here. So if there are any spirits, you could set that off.
Upstairs.
Yeah, upstairs. Yeah.
Thank you, Spirit.
So in the Laird's Hall, what can you say about this? Turnpike stair,
Yes.
door, latch going on its own during an event, so there's plenty of people here. I don't think
There's so much history. I mean, this is as Ryan says, the Laird's Hall. This is where successive lairds of the castle. This is their private chamber. So there's so much energy in here. People that have loved the castle throughout their whole life for centuries. Successive lairds. Their energy is here.
Also had a REM pod. You remember this,
Yes,
Louise,
yeah.
going on for like 15 minutes, and it was absolutely crazy. And that was in this area here. Camcorder, where the camcorder set up here. Nobody was up here, and that's when we got the clicking noise. It sounds like a little, the little door thing that's on where you put the power supply in. And we recreated the noise, and it was the same noise, and various noises, the usual in the castle. But it's a really comfortable room as well.
Yes,
it's
this
not
room's
negative
always been
at
very,
all.
very welcoming.
Definitely. There was a time that we were all in here and no one was at the door to the spiral staircase and the door opened as well, so that was quite interesting. So
There was also once when you had something sitting on the back of the chair.
Oh, and it got knocked off, and it smashed up. It was a light.
Yeah.
I remember that, and we caught that. We got that on video, didn't we?
That's right, nobody was near it.
So, Spirit, we know you could do plenty in this area, and if you want to communicate with us tonight, you could start off by maybe making a noise in the room. Just let us know where you are.
before we do this, I was just going to ask Louise how we feel.
Just as everybody said, I feel quite calm, quite relaxed in here. I feel as if the gentleman I spoke about earlier on, the sort of older gentleman's followed us up. I know this is a bit of a common name, but if I was to attach a name to him, I would go with the name Job.
Okay.
Seems to come through with him. But yeah, I don't feel anything bad here at all. It feels quite relaxing.
We've had John through the audio in here that much is beautiful.
Oh, have you?
Yes. Who is a past laird, but I don't know which one. But he was one of the Sybil's. Yeah, one of the first.
I think he was the first one.
Or the first, yeah. So that's amazing. And on that night we've done an audio which was in front of the public as well. It was Frank's box again. I think we could use that one in here.
Yeah, use Frank's box.
It come through. What? Something go for it?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a reading coming in just as we're talking. And this sometimes what happens with paranormal. You can be talking about things and then you get your attention. But we've got Sybil come through, and Kelly was in as well at the time. It's going off again. And we said, okay then, what Sybil are you? And just almost immediately it said, John. I didn't even know there was a Sir John Sybil at the time until I'd done my research.
Kelly was able to confirm at the time.
It was great to have Kelly there, it was amazing. Everybody heard it.
That was also, it was direct validation.
Direct validation, no trying to make it fit or anything, it was just there,
I can't remember what you asked, but I remember it saying it was you that called me. It was the same
yes,
That's
yes.
good,
It was the same voice.
Yeah, is there anything you want to tell us, Spirit? It was you call me. And it was just crazy.
It is every time you're talking about him.
It's the flashing going up.
There you go. If that's you, is it Sir John?
Sir John Sybil.
If that's you, Sir John Sybil, can you make that flash again for us?
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. Oops. Are you happy for us to be here?
And I don't think that flashed at all, Louise, until we started talking about him. Because I wasn't aware of it flashing when we first started.
There we go again.
Just for his name to mention. Thank you.
So I think you're manipulating the device there. Could you make it go to red, possibly, just to give us that pure validation? If we named some people associated with the castle in this tower, would you put it up to red for us? For example, if we say Sir John Sybil, that went quite quickly, I'm getting a draft.
Yeah, draft. I don't know if that window's open.
There's something open about there.
I think that's open at the very
Right,
top.
okay, so we'll put that down as a window
Yeah.
draft. I just felt that blown. Did you feel it as well?
about Thomas Sybil's? After that went through right there.
What about Mary Sybil?
And it doesn't. Oh, the Sybil's family. Is this your castle?
Thank you. That's right. I don't quite hear red, but it's something very close.
That's orange.
While you're doing that, could you make a noise in the room as well? Looking at that, I think you're going to, aren't you? Here we go.
You certainly leave a lovely warm welcoming atmosphere here for us, and thank you for that. Can you make noise as well, please?
I've heard you make noises in here before, but looking back on the video, I've heard you move around and set off meters when we're not here. You think you could do that tonight for us?
Thank you.
We've got some little flashing balls around here. Maybe you can move one of those. I feel like I go for dark there.
Yes, yeah, let's look at it.
Oh, that's my tablet. Tablet's went off.
Right.
I knew it made it darker.
The window's open. Are you able to rattle the window?
Is that you, Ollie? You maybe thump?
There's the thump.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's the window.
Yeah. So we can't rule out that it's the window. It's like a.
Sounds like to me like there's something on the floor.
Yeah.
You do it again, if it was you, please. We're very grateful, we appreciate it.
Do you prefer to work with the lights rather than make noises? Can you set off some other lights there, please?
Did you hear that? They just said no.
You heard no.
They said no.
Mm.
From
Okay.
over here.
From over in that corner.
Well, if you're happy to just use the one light, then we're happy with that too then.
100% it said no.
Come in closer to us and you can communicate with us. We don't mean any harm.
Here with full respect, your beautiful castle.
That could have been a cow.
You hear Nick outside.
No.
Sorry.
I can persist.
But at least you have that bit, Ali, where you're able to look at that lunch call rational sign.
Yeah.
That's a good trait to have there.
I keep thinking, see when I was sitting at the doorway, I kept thinking that I was going to see something, a face in the window, like a reflection.
Yeah.
Probably not.
That's a possibility.
When I was out with the cars, I kept looking at this window.
I done the same, Kyle. I was doing the same. I had the overall feeling, can you get out of it, that somebody was watching us through the window.
So did I.
Were you watching the guys from the window earlier? Were you fascinated by what they do?
Either something just touched my ear or a mop or something just flew into my ear. Can't rule out either. Until somebody
If you're
else
looking on the
says,
camera,
"Okay,
did you
then
see a moth or anything around Greg? Because if there was nothing and you felt it, then it could be something.
I think we should maybe try the Frank's box.
Yeah,
I'm up for that. Who is it?
it's here.
Is it your ear that's buggered?
Yes.
Cheers, Greg. I'm too lazy to stand up.
Should have brought the Xbox. Downstairs.
Let's do this.
Okay, we'll try a quick session with the Frank's box.
Okay, John, we spoke to you before. Who would you prefer if we called you maybe the Laird?
Perfect.
Or Sir? It was Sir John, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Sir
so
Johnson. Yeah. Turn it down first. It might just take a minute or so just to
just warm food.
warm up a bit.
Okay, Sir John, if you are still with us. Perhaps you could use this device just to confirm, say your name. Is there anyone else in the area who wants to communicate with us?
Yes. Oh, yeah, isn't it? He lost. They could be radio trying to.
Can you tell us who lost? John Sybil.
That's it, John Sybil. I don't think that light's not the yours, is it? No. That's it, John Sybil. 100%.
Thank you, Spirit.
Thank you, Sir John. Sir John, did you? I hate to ask you again, but could you say your name through the box again for us?
I had something box.
I think that was that again,
What's that?
K2 style.
Sir John, could you bring through another family member perhaps who's simply spirits that communicate with us through this device?
Yeah. My friend in there. William. You have a message for us, Sir John? Really classical. Why? What was that? Do you think he said? Maybe.
I mean, ice cold.
It's not come through the window because I feel like it could
Something just walked past me.
No.
Meter's going crazy as well. Johnny's here. I just see Johnny's here.
Yes, I've done a very great role there. Well, to spend time with us in the trip. Would you tell us the name of the castle, please? Just touch my hand, please.
There is so much we slowed down. Not wings there.
Which we know is relevant.
Yeah.
Sir John, did you name the castle? Did you name the castle through this device for us? Did you say the name of the castle?
Something here, eh?
I've never felt it being so strong.
Castle. Clear as day, castle.
Could you say, you maybe did say the first part, but did you name the name? Could you say it again so we can hear it? I know you're getting frustrated with us, but could you say the name?
Lindsay. Lindsay.
Again, relevant.
Relevant. Talks. Oh, this is getting amazing.
We have another former layer. Can you say another name?
Ask.
What's about Leslie? I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I just feel like there's some strong energy here.
John just comes through again.
And it's almost like it's, I don't know. It's almost like all lyrics people think that that's what music. Sit there and have a couple next to fire. Okay, can you give us something relevant for the
Andrew
castle?
and Graham, but I don't know if they're relevant. Stop. I do want to shout out, there's so much on it since coming through, so
Let's just 2 minutes and just let the radio run and see what.
sounds good to me.
Let them decide what they want to say.
Then have a quiet session.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
What room are we in?
Why are you here?
Spirit, I'm a bit silly. I forgot the name of the castle.
Seemed that to maybe a radio, but
Yeah.
should come through a full sentence like that.
Okay, Spirit, we need to end this session.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We'll
Spirit.
lower down the noise now.
You know, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I feel so happy up in this room.
Yeah.
I actually want to I want to just dance about. It sounds silly, but I feel so happy. I want to stay here. I want to just stay relaxed and just feel appreciate sort of thing in here. Appreciate is not the right word, but
How do you feel here now?
Very comfortable. I enjoyed that section because sitting listening, I heard John multiple times. I heard everything you guys heard, and I heard some full sentences coming through, which is really interesting in this flash as I'm speaking. Overall, I feel some sort of energy is here with us, but I don't feel it's negative at all. Not in the slightest. I've always loved this room.
Yeah.
And
Special.
even when you get activity, lots of camcorders and things, I still think it's good. I think it's just indicating to us that they're here, basically. Does anybody else feel? Yeah.
I think because this is a nice room and everybody, it was a happy room, it was a family room, and that energy and happiness stays in, so that when spirit come back to visit, they come back with a lot of good emotions and memories, and they're pleased to come back and they're pleased to welcome us into their home and into their room, and that's the good feeling that I get each time that I come in. And it's like they want to interact because they're pleased to see us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just feel completely relaxed. I mean, I could actually just put my feet up and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I feel so just relaxed in this room. It's such an inviting atmosphere.
Yeah.
Tell you what's different about this room compared to all the other spaces we've been in. For me, anyway, it feels like there's less residual energy here,
Yeah.
and it's more spirit intelligently communicating
Yes.
with us.
Yes, I agree with that.
it's almost like it's clean energy. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's it is yeah.
It's maybe a respect thing, because what this room is, maybe the energies from other parts of the chapel, the castle don't come here. So obviously this is the layer.
I'd say this has been my best session so far tonight. This
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think we've had real strong evidence through the box, and I think we've all kind of felt.
Yeah.
You know, I felt it ice cold, and we've heard things.
We'll go through the analysis, but I mean, for me, that clearly said John Simmel.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, that for me is 100% validation with the Frank's box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John you could arguably say that was a
Yeah.
coincidence, but to get a surname as well.
Yes.
And a surname associated directly with the castle.
Yeah. And castle, say castle.
Castle.
Clearly.
It actually gives you a little bit of an insight into what he possibly looked like as well, because when Lee was going on about this energy, I honestly thought it was Leslie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not, it's John. Sir John.
Sir John.
And this keeps flashing his chin, he's still speaking.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sir John.
Yes,
Thank you.
Sir John, and then
I'm
other
very proud
spirits.
of your castle, and I'm sure you are. Thank you for all the spirits in here as well.
Okay, are we wrapping up at that?
Yeah, we can wrap up. I think, I don't know if you want to go and do a final session in the chapel at any point, leave that till later, or
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
I would like to set up Jacob's ladder in the chapel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe we just switch to one of the locked off cameras, maybe
Yeah.
us in the witch's house, we go in quickly.
What time is it?
Reset up.
Can you switch to the camera and maybe the Great Hall?
Great Hall, yeah.
You go down to the chapel.
It's packed up.
Yeah, put the Great Hall on and we'll go to the chapel. Okay.
I'm ready for how they do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Results of it.
Okay. I'll just sort of get this down.
What was the rim or the radio?
The red bottle was the radio.
Just testing it.
I'll let you explain what you're going to do, Ali, to the people watching if you like. There's the ball going off. There you go, guys. Flash and ball. Definitely nobody's near it.
Okay, so what?
And again, we can't hear you as well.
No one's moving either, so it's not like.
And if it's the vibrations of us or the voices, where's the rest of them not going on?
Yeah, there's two much closer to Ryan and Ali, so there'll be vibration.
Oh, well, there's a vibration right now.
But that one didn't go.
But that one didn't go off.
Yeah, that's true.
That was only up to cell phone right beside you.
Okay.
So we're on to our final session now. What we're going to do is we've come back to the chapel. It's a little bit late. We find activity is normally a bit more active around this time. We're into midnight. We're going to do a little bit of charge into the room with this device. It is a very dangerous device. It's called the Jacob's Ladder.
Some of the devices may have to set off with the energy that pumps as
Yeah,
well.
so it will. Sometimes, when you're watching on the camera, it doesn't look an awful lot. But if you touch this with your bare hands, it would stop your heart.
There's a thing, the two balls are on there, because I was not that one. Why did that one
so
not
that
go?
was off as well.
Yeah.
So we're just going to run this for a couple of minutes. We're going to invite Spirit to come in and use this energy, absorb the energy, and hopefully be able to cause some activity and charge themselves up to give us some potential evidence.
Yeah.
So we will just go quiet whilst we're doing this. Can we ask any spirit energies in the chapel to come forward and use this device and take the energy from it to communicate? Something to us beautiful.
Yeah. It's good though. So the spirit can use the energy from this. Maybe you do it to make one of the balls flash in here. Maybe you want to knock on one of the benches or the wood. Maybe you leave your name into the audio devices. It could be the energy, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I don't think it would have been more the radio would do it. If it was you, if you could make the Renford go off again. Maybe you can make one of the meters over here flash. And the balls.
Yeah, the noise you hear just now is just the fan going down the device. Just like this.
Use the energy from the Jacob's Ladder.
One more.
One more. There you go, Spirit.
Okay, Spirit, we invite you to use the energy.
There's a charge for you then.
Okay, we're giving you the energy.
Can you make a sound for us, please? Whenever you are in the room.
How do you feel, Lee?
Should I feel okay?
You feel okay just now? Please. Feel okay?
Okay. Just a minute, there's standing back.
Stand back and watching.
Yeah.
We invite you to come into the middle of the group here. I did hear something, I don't know what it was. Maybe you could take one of the balls from the floor.
I had like 2 females talk about their existence.
Okay.
That's us taken from the chapel.
That was my job, sorry.
Okay, could you give us a definite sign that there's somebody with us, please? Really dark in that corner.
Over there.
That whole side is going really, really dark.
Last time I seen it doing that after it started.
Good shots.
Yeah.
Could you make a sound, just let us know where you are, please?
It's a sports car, I guess.
I feel as if the temperature, certainly around me, is dropping.
Right.
I feel a bit cold.
Yeah.
It is dropping in this area.
Are you affecting the temperature in here?
I also feel as if there's an overwhelmingly strong male energy building in here too.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
It's definitely dark there.
What's that kind of going?
If there is spirit present here with us in the atmosphere, come forward for us, please. Let yourself be known, show yourself in light form, or make a noise.
I can hear something, yeah.
Right, 3 times.
Yeah?
That's next door.
Is that them?
There was a slight little hole at the top there. It's a light. Pressure here, just the back of it. Have you not?
If you want, can you make a noise in the chapel area for us? Go through to the other side and make a noise through there.
This is about the time that we're like rumbly stomachs, rumbly tummies, what else?
I need a cup of coffee.
A wee bit windy.
Somebody's trying to intimidate me.
Right.
They're showing me 3 doves. But the doves are like, it's like they've had their necks broken and they're lying on the ground dead. So that's somebody trying to give me the opposite of peace. if that
Right,
makes sense.
yeah.
So it's a symbolism that they're showing to me.
Okay, I think we know who we've got in the atmosphere.
I'm getting the vibe that you're starting to feel quite annoyed as well.
It's a light up there, is that moving, is it kind of twirling like that?
That one up there?
No, this one here.
What one?
Ah, the candle thing.
Yes, see,
It's hard because if I look at it, I think I can see it, but I don't know if it's my eyes then. Is that turning that light or is it just our eyes?
I think it's just an illusion.
Yeah.
so the time I look, I just see it twirling.
It doesn't look like it's moving, but
If it is you, make it swing, please.
make it fall on me. That would be good. Well,
Yeah.
it would be good. There would be good evidence.
Such great teammates, aren't we, Greg?
That's all we felt, isn't it? That's the same, I think it's one of these ones with the like, picture and you see it. Give us a definite sign there in the atmosphere, please.
You just distracted us. You must look at the lights where you could move elsewhere.
I think you can make one of these lights flash, one of these balls.
He's interested in Lee. I was going to say, it's never me and Lee, when it's in between me and Lee, because I'm starting to feel a little bit annoyed as well, actually.
I always feel as if I want to, it's like I want to pray, and I know that we're in a chapel, but there's certainly a religious thing coming around, but it's not like a religious thing that I would normally associate with a place of religion. I know that sounds really bizarre. I don't really know how to explain it. It's like this is somebody's religious, but the religion is distorted in some way, and it's their version of the religion. And you have to conform to their version or interpretation of that religion.
I think you're 100% spot on with that.
Oh, I'm not joining your religion.
It's almost like, see, if I was to put a word on it, it's like a cult.
Yeah,
It's the best way that I can describe this. Because I'm being told, I can hear a voice telling me that I need to beg for forgiveness. But it's not like I'm begging a higher power for forgiveness. I'm begging this man for forgiveness.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think he's the sort of character that it would very much depend on whether he liked you or not, whether you received it.
I can tell you, I'm coming through, I don't know if it was says here, if it was France, it was Marriott, but yeah,
Forget.
coming through earlier.
You know the power and strength that you have? We're not asking for a display of that. We know you can show us that you're in here, you're in this room. Just for our own validation, please.
Yeah, it was like a.
But you can do better than this. You can do far better than this, going by past. I do it.
I'm just going to go with what I'm getting here, okay? Because I'm asking my guide about this thing for forgiveness. What does that mean? In my head, I've got an image of 3 women, and I feel as if I'm being forced to kneel on the ground. So there's 3 women being forced to kneel, and then I'm seeing this representation of this man who's the one who's passing judgment on them, and I feel as if he's saying burn them. And then I feel as if I'm sending these 3 women to the death, and I feel as if I'm burning them. So I don't know if they're perhaps being accused of witchcraft or something of this nature.
Up in the lanes hall, through the transport from laughing about burning it.
Yeah, and what Lee just said absolutely validates what we've picked up in here before.
Yeah.
We have searched the records, and there's no record of there being a witch trial and accused witch from
There is.
Balgonie
Yeah.
within the castle, but there is within the surrounding area.
Yeah.
And remember, this is the seat of an extremely high power family with a Catholic chapel within the castle.
Yeah.
So it's quite feasible that something happened here that's been undocumented. That's so many of the witch trials are undocumented.
Yeah.
If this is you that we're talking about, if this is your story that we're telling,
Are you happy that we're telling this story? Is there anything you want to say to us?
I'll keep you like little duck and play noises.
Very, very subtle. Okay, I know you can do something better than that. I do mean it with the deepest respect. I know you don't feel you need to prove yourself to us. If you just make a sound and tell us know where you are.
Was that someone breathing?
Someone.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
Yeah, it's Kyle.
You would then know where to direct our questions to.
He's away from me now, he's not longer in my area. Because he was trying to get to them, trying to kind of influence them, but I stayed hard and thought, no. But he was kind of don't know what he was kind of doing.
He was just trying to influence you against.
He was trying to influence what I believe, sort of thing. Basically trying to influence, basically, you're in my area, you should be believing what I believe.
What did he look like? Did you see what he looked like?
All I could see was just like a figure, but I couldn't see any sort of hair or anything like any shape like that. It was a figure, so probably bald, but I could only see like a figure.
Is that you?
That was me making my life like that.
No, it's one in that colour.
I thought it was something like it was like that. It's like someone like went like that on the bench.
Have you moved over to this side of the room?
You hear that?
I heard
It's
that.
maybe about 4
That's your
hours.
phone.
It was.
Yeah, that's your phone.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was interacting with us. To be very honest.
I'm going to pretend something's not. There is a device on the table there. As you go towards it, you could let us know that's where you are.
I think it's somewhere in that corner, John.
It's getting really dark over there, isn't it?
It's like it's starting to sort of be, can't get out, but you're still in here.
I've seen that before.
How about you come into the middle of the room? Are you scared to come to the middle of the room? And this is your chance to communicate.
Maybe the female energies that we mentioned before is connected here. Did you just feel sad there, Owen?
No, I don't know. It's hard to describe because I know, like, I've spent a lot of time in this chapel, and I know this man quite well. And he's laughing at us.
That's exactly just
He's taken. I don't like using, but I do like using bad language, and I won't use it here. But he's just taking the piss, and he's absolutely incorrect every time one of us says something or. don't know.
Just playing us.
Just what he does. Just it plays with your emotions. It's showing his face once to me so that I can see when his eyes are quite fatigued. He's got a lot of bags in his eyes. But I think that could be also that when he's stressed and sort of kind of thinking that he's a big man, shall we say. But he's not particularly tall. 5'8" probably, not particularly tall. Bald, looks fatigued. That's on road again.
Okay, if you're going to give us any evidence, we'll invite some of the other spirits forward.
Well, you sure?
Yeah.
Any of the female spirits in the area, please come forward. I know there's at least two powerful enough to pass any control this man has. There's devices on the floor. You move towards them. Or perhaps you could go towards the Order of Ease and pass a message to them. Okay, do you want to pass a message to Kyle?
Alright. Me? Yeah.
Try device, or just. We try device, or just about another couple minutes.
I'm just getting another couple of minutes. I think it was quite flat.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I think
something was building. But
Yeah, I'm not hearing it
I
now.
don't know if it's used its energy.
Probably our energy is something to do.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to finish this investigation very soon. But we'll be back very soon. If you find an opportunity to make a noise, let us know where you are.
Ego.
You say ego. That's really weird because I was thinking about the prayer a few minutes ago. That's strange.
If I think that.
Okay, Spirit, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I think we will do a quick run through the room to see how everyone's feeling and we can wrap it up. So we'll start with how you feel, Lee.
Yeah, I feel okay now. I certainly felt as if something was building and then it sort of plateaued a little bit. It's been an interesting night, certainly there's been a few good bits of validation.
Yeah.
Multiple sort of different connections and spirits going forward.
about yourself, Kyle?
And overall, it's been a decent night. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the lyrics all as well. I thought that was quite impressive and positive. And this one's been quite interesting as well, not using much equipment. I was going to add at the end there is if any of you have watched horrible histories, you probably don't know where I'm going to go here. But if any of you watch horrible histories, the sort of character of writer, they can see the older man with sort of fatigue, sort of eyes and that sort of thing. That's what the older man here describes for me looks like, I think. I can't really say any much more on him. He's just different.
Of the shelf, Louise.
I've really enjoyed it, and I've picked up on like different energies that I've not picked up on before on previous investigations, so it was really quite interesting. And up in the Scotland was really good. I always like up there, and I think we always get good results up there, so that night was really good. And the atmosphere, and here now I'm getting so hot at the moment, like I feel like I'm sitting at a coal fire. Whereas before I was a wee bit cold.
Or you start to take on the fuels of that's the approach to that.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
But no, it's been really good.
Yeah, I think it's been a good night. Obviously, I arrived later tonight, and you guys have been here for quite a while. I think it's been quite a sensitive, I think, investigation tonight. You know, we've had the equipment out and things, but I think we've used a lot of our senses tonight. And I think we've had some good validation from everybody. I think the Laird's Hall, I think, was probably our best session. I'm also really drawn over to the Witch's House. I think that's just sort of got so many stories to tell. I think the second session in here was a little bit flatter. I think something was built in, like Will said, but I think it could be a number of reasons why it didn't build to anything. I had a little giggle there just when Kyle was describing the man. You know, me and Greg have spent a lot of time in here, and we've seen it. You know, he plays with emotions, and the emotion I was getting when Kyle was describing this bald and fatigued man, I just thought it was Ryan, but I didn't say that. That's why Kyle was like, "Are you okay?" I was trying not to laugh because it was just like it's this bald man. It's Ryan, but yeah, I think overall, you know, it's all about, you know, coming and being respect. And I think we've all bounced off each other tonight, and I think there's, you know, we're very, very big on ITC, and I think there's a lot more will show up on the analysis. I can't even say that analysis. I think I think there'll be a lot come from that. Some really clear answers.
Yeah.
So I think all in all, it's been another fantastic night.
And Douglas analysis is time to throw it out.
And
See how you feel.
Oh no, it's been a really good night. I mean, obviously we've done 30 to 40 minute sessions in 4 or 5 different areas, obviously 4 then obviously back in here. But also at the same time, the good point of that is we've been recording continuously in all these areas we've not been in for the whole night, so we've got a lot to go through. We don't know what we're going to get.
I think something, just quickly, I think something that we found over here quite a lot is when we do watch over the footage, we normally do leave lots of cameras, and we actually get quite a lot. When we're not in the room, you know, when we leave the cameras, we seem to get a lot of activity in the office.
Especially after a session, like it's like some sort of energy being built up during the session, and it's like you go to the room and they say, okay, do something now. You know, so it's been good, but yeah, I've seen certainly different things happening tonight that I'm really interested in, whether it be a flash ball going off when there's one next to it won't. So, you know, you can't rule out if it's maybe ITC, some of the audio that can now slow down and listen back to. You heard what come through the France box up in the Laird's Hall as well, which is good. Loved it through the Witch's House underneath as well. I thought that was really good. Actually, there's no area tonight that I thought to myself, you know,
it's not very nice. In here, it built up, and I felt it was building up, and then I felt like it would go flat.
It just happens. Doesn't it?
But you know, that's just the way it goes. We can't guarantee every single session we go into. And this one we certainly didn't do IPC again because we've already done it in here. And we sort of more went with our senses, what we're feeling, and things like that. And we don't know, there's people watching in, we don't know what they've got. We're not allowed that to influence us tonight. So when we go back and look at some of that, we might be absolutely shocked that some of the stuff coming through, but it's what each one of us just felt and seen tonight. All in all, for our first extended Balgonie investigation, I thought it was amazing, and we've got so much more to go from here, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Gregor. I mean, I'll be honest, I felt a bit of an edge coming into tonight just because of this particular area. You know, quite often the focus of unwanted attention from the agents in this area. There's two things that I suspected was going to happen tonight, and they have happened. Fortunately, the individuals were strong enough not to let it influence them too much. But in other areas of the castle, I mean, this area's been quite quiet, but for me, it's all getting taunted.
Yeah.
You know, that's why, you know, we quite often in this area, we ask questions, and, you know, whatever's in here is so powerful, it doesn't need to prove itself to anybody. So, you know, when you're asking it to move something or make a noise, you know, it's, who the hell are you to ask me to do something? You know, you should be bound down to me, not you telling me what to do. So yeah, that's kind of the impression we get here. But the other areas of the castle, you know, the layers all for me tonight has just been absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Just getting that John Sybil in the France box was just.
I think there's maybe a bit of a connection forming there with John Sybil.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just been a really good night. So, I would say it's been the Great Hall's the first time I felt a wee bit darker energy, not negative, just a bit darker. Just, you know, less happy with us, so you like being there. And
it's fidgety.
Yeah, the Witch's House, you know, that was, it's only really 2 or 3 times we've been in there before.
It's one of my favourite areas, you know, I mean, every area in the castle, but
I think there's multiple things going on in there, you know, different time periods, etc. So, you know, it's not going to be 1 or 2 spirits we're looking for in there, it's potentially a lot.
Different flavors.
Yeah. Yes, we have really enjoyed the night. It's been really good just having the opportunity to move around just as a small group within the team.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, it's just been really good. I've enjoyed it.
I have to thank Lee and Louise for coming tonight, and also John and Tracy.
Yeah.
As well for coming tonight.
Yeah, I think, you know, John and Tracy have been able to make this interactive session tonight.
And we'll get the influence put up as well. We'll do it a little bit, type up and put some information up as well.
Yeah.
Once we're able to do it.
We've got Rianne, who's been keeping
Rianne's been alive. And I think what might be interesting from tonight as well is John's obviously sat and monitored the sounds and the cameras. You know, he's actually been making notes, so it'll be interesting. We can maybe get an interview with him just to see what he says.
Yeah.
Because I think he's been in their centre tonight, and he was telling me there's been a few things that he's noted down and to go split for. So I think overall it's been.
Overall, it's been really successful.
I think as we just wrap up, we'll wrap up our investigation now, but we maybe just leave 1 or 2 of the walk-off cameras shown on the screen, just for another 5-10 minutes or so. But if you have enjoyed this format, please let us know, because we have been in here since 1 o'clock this afternoon getting this set up. So that's about 7 hours solid setting up.
7 hours setting up.
And now it's all got to be taken away.
Now it's all down, dismantled again, and
it's
cleaned up again. So, you know, it's an incredible amount of work goes into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes.
Please let us know that if you have enjoyed it, if there's anything that you'd like us to consider for the next time, then we shall certainly do that. The next one's probably going to be Halloween.
Yeah.
It just depends on the pandemic restrictions that they continue to go the way that it was.
Yeah.
We can keep doing this.
Okay.
Okay, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much tonight, guys, everyone.
Speak to you later.
Speak to you later, guys.
Good night.
Just go to the country until we have to do, okay?